Hey guys! So today's video is going to be a story time. I'm going to be sharing with you guys how I not only got pulled over for speeding, but for marijuana, and I also got followed by a fucking white Suburban that tried to kill my freaking parents. So, here we go. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button below so you can be notified when other videos happen or whatever. So this all starts with me at my friend Ruthie's house. I was there because she was helping me take out my braids that you guys saw that I had. They were honestly starting to hurt. I was getting red bumps around every single part of my scalp, so I looked like I had some sort of crazy rash going on, so I had to take them out. So she helped me take them out, and she also helped me dye my hair because your girl was going to have her new weave done. As you guys can see, yes, I got it laid. It took me so long, you guys. It took so long for this weave. I think it took like 6 or 7 hours. But you know what? Your girl will not be caught with her tracks showing. I will not be caught with any sort of evidence that this is not my real hair. But anyways, continuing back to the story, I got off track. So after Ruthie helped me do all my hair and stuff, I was heading back to my parents' house. And as I was pulling up, I think it was around 9 or 10 p.m., a cop also pulled up right next to me, and I was like, oh my gosh, was I speeding? What did I do? I was literally going the speed limit because there's a bunch of little cameras everywhere, and I'm not trying to get a ticket, which I ended up getting later on in the night. But anyways, so I skirt back over to my parents' house after Ruthie helped me with my hair, and as I pulled up to their house, a police officer also pulled up at the same time. Now I'm over here like, damn, they got me. Did I just get a ticket? What did I do? I wasn't speeding. I was following the speed limit. And the funny thing is, I'm over here panicking, but when I actually got a ticket later on in the night, I was completely okay. So as I get out of my car, she gets out of her car as well, and I'm like, hi. And she's like, hey, how are you? And I'm like, I'm good. And I was like, how are you? She's like, I'm good too. She goes over to my parents' neighbor's house. I go into my parents' house, and I'm like, a police officer just showed up at her house, or at his house. And they were like, yeah, because he said he saw something on the security cameras. And I'm like, what does that mean? They're like, we don't know. The cop is there for that reason. They're gonna go look at it. And I'm like, okay. So I go upstairs to pee, and as I'm going back down the stairs, I hear the police officer in my parents' house, and I don't fucks with the police, so I went back upstairs. Why was I running upstairs like I had a warrant or something? So I went back upstairs, and I'm just over here eavesdropping. I'm like, what's going on? What are they talking about? And it turns out a guy in a white Suburban pulled up in the middle of the road, just stopped there, got out of the car, had a weapon in his hand, went between my parents' cars, and just waited there. Just waited there. Now I had a bunch of things going through my mind at this point. I was like, was that person waiting there for one of my parents to come outside? Were they possibly waiting for me to come back home, and then they were gonna hurt me or kill me or something? I'm over here freaking out. I'm over here like, oh my gosh, how am I supposed to go back to California now? What if somebody follows me? What if I have another fucking kidnapping stalker story? So the police officer leaves. I go back downstairs, and I'm talking to my mom, and I'm like, so how am I supposed to go? And my dad's like, you're not going yet. Wait for a little bit, and if the guy comes back, or if he doesn't, you can decide what you want to do. But I know my parents probably rather have had me there for another night versus me leaving. But I have cats, and I had to have my friends feed my cats, and I didn't want to keep asking them because I kept staying days and days and days later. And I know my life is more important than feeding my cats, but honestly, I'd rather be a ghost than see my cats starve. I love my children too much. So I end up waiting an hour, and I go and look outside, and I'm like, okay, I don't see any people out here, so I'm just gonna leave. And I say goodbye to my mom and my dad. They're like, thanks for coming. It was so good to see you. I leave, and I'm like, you know what? A girl needs to get gas because I'm not trying to, run out of gas and have, once again, another story time. So I go to the Shell gas station, and what do I see at the Shell gas station? A white Suburban. So I'm over here like, ooh. So I pull over, and I'm at the little gas thingy, and I'm like, do I want to get out? Who is that? And then I see them, they go around, they park in the dark, and they're just watching me. They were just watching me. So bitch, I skirt out of there. I went to another gas station down the road. There was nobody else at this gas station besides the employee and their one car, then this guy, and then me. So I was like, you know what? There's not enough witnesses. I'll go to another gas station if anything. And I didn't even know if it was the guy that was at my parents' house either, because I didn't get a look at him or anything. But I was over here just paranoid. So I was like, you know what? I went to another gas station. I pulled in, and I'm filling up my tank. And the crazy thing is, right as it clicks when you fill the tank up the entire way so it doesn't overfill. It clicked. I put it back, and right as I put it back, I see a white Suburban coming from the same direction that I came from. Now, I don't know if it was the exact same guy, but what a coincidence that everybody all of a sudden has a white Suburban at this time of night. how convenient. So I get back in my car and I'm like, you know what, let me go to McDonald's because it's right there. I need to get me some coffee so I can be fully awake. Like, I didn't freak out that much because I didn't know if it was the exact guy. Like, so I wasn't trying to like panic and start like a big thing. So I was like, you know what, let me just go to McDonald's, get some coffee, and I think I'll be fine. So I go to McDonald's, get a black coffee, which I have never drank before prior to this. Y'all. Okay, so it was black coffee. I told her to put 1 cream and I told her to put 5 sugars in it. Mistake number 1. So now I'm actually on the road heading back here to California. I have my coffee and y'all, that coffee had me so hyper. I have never felt such a rush in my life. You guys, I've been to, you know, Starbucks, Frappuccinos or whatever, which I have not had in like a year and a half, I feel like. But I have never had straight up coffee like that, and I was bouncing all over my car. I end up finishing that cup of coffee and I'm like, you know what, there's a McDonald's right there. I pull over, get gas, then I go to McDonald's and I have her refill my cup. Now I'm drinking even more black coffee and now I'm starting to speed. I do not encourage speeding, you guys, do not speed. The only reason I think I felt it was okay, like 1, I was extremely hyper, so it was just happening. And 2, there was nobody else on the road. There was no other cars. There wasn't even semi-trucks, so I wasn't going to hit anybody. But that's still not an excuse, because if an animal's in the road or maybe someone just pops out of nowhere, you will crash. Don't speed. Don't. I feel like a bad example by telling you guys that I was speeding, but like, don't do it. So I'm speeding or whatever, and then all of a sudden, pew, pew, these lights start flashing behind me. This cop was behind me with no headlights on. Okay, so I pull over. He pulls over, he comes over to my window and he's like, ma'am, I've been following you since McDonald's. You've been speeding for about 3 minutes. Did you not notice me? I'm over here like, sir, I didn't see you. You didn't have your headlights on. I didn't notice anything. And he was like, oh, I didn't? What? Like, boy, if I knew there was a cop behind me, why would I speed? Why would I want to get pulled over? I've never gotten a ticket before. Why would I want that? So I proceed to get a freaking ticket for my speeding. And he's like, why were you speeding? And you want to know what? I handled this so well, y'all. I was like, to be honest, I was bumping Rihanna's Anti-album. And he said, what do you mean? I was like, I was getting lit in here. Like, I was jamming out to this music, sir. And he said, I feel you. The music gets me going sometimes, but you can't speed. It's dangerous. So he gives me my ticket and I turn my music back on and I skirt out of there once again. Now I didn't like speed off. Obviously I went the like correct speed limit the rest of the way there, which took me forever. Now when I was speeding, it told me I would get home in 1 hour and 15 minutes, and then I went the speed limit and it said 3 hours. So literally an hour later, I get pulled over again, but this time it's for my license plate. So I pull over and it's not even a proper shoulder to pull over in. Like, it's one of those spots that you're not supposed to pull over in because there's nothing there for you to pull over in, but the cop still made me pull over. So he goes over to the passenger window and he says, ma'am, I didn't see a license plate on your car. And I was like, go to the front of my car. He walks to the front of my car, sees it, and goes, oh. Because this cop looked like a dummy, he probably was thinking in his head, nah, I gotta get this girl for something because she just made me look stupid. So he goes back over to the passenger window, and you know how they stick the flashlight in there? He's kind of looking around my car and I'm like, oh hell no, he is not about to try to start some shit with me right now. Like, I am not the one, it is not the day. I still have a lot of coffee in me. If you try to like make me walk the line, I'm gonna mess up. If you try to make me do anything, I'm going to mess up because I'm so hyper, I'm jittery. So I'm just sitting there like, is there a problem? And he looks down into my cup holders. Now I had my little coffee right there, but I also had a 1.5 week old little thing of cilantro from Chipotle, dried up, sitting there. Because you know what? I just wanted to take a little side home and it just somehow got left behind there and I never threw it away. I know that makes me sound like a dirty cochina, like a nasty little girl, but to be honest, it was there. So he puts the flashlight in my eyes and he's like, I'm gonna need you to step out of the vehicle. And I'm like, sir, I can't get out. There's semi-trucks going by, I'm gonna get hit. And he's like, you need to step out of the vehicle. And I was like, I know, but I'm gonna get, you need to step out of the vehicle. So I'm over here like, oh my goodness, am I about to get arrested for some bullshit? So I get out of my car, almost get hit by a semi-truck, go around, he says, stand here. So he goes inside of my car, he picks it up, he's looking at it, and I'm like, sir, that is cilantro, I promise you, it is not marijuana. I know what it looks like, it's not marijuana. I don't wanna go to jail, please. He opens it up and smells and goes, oh. You're right. Okay, I'm sorry. He lets me get back in my car and says, sorry to inconvenience you, and I leave, and that's it. Are you kidding me? I almost went to jail for marijuana charges for some damn cilantro. I will not be a customer of Chipotle anymore because it's their fault. Just kidding, no, it's not. I take off after that and I make it all the way back here. Now I'm getting off the freeway and I'm at a red light and there's this lady crossing the street. Now she stops in front of my car. I don't know, maybe she had something wrong with her or I don't know what was going on. She stops in front of my car. She waves at me and I'm like, hi. She keeps walking, goes over to my passenger thing. She's telling me to put the window down. I do not. I push lock door and I'm like, yes, can I help you? And she's like, I need to get downtown. And I was like, oh, the metro's over there. And she's like, but I need to get downtown. And she's trying to tell me to open my door. Skirt! Nope. Bitch. What me? Okay, I understand that there's a thing called hitchhiking and people do that. But you see, I watched the ID channel and that's just setting myself up for death. So I don't really know why she thought she could get in my car. She was like, open the door, like open it. So I skirt on over again. This is about the 4th time I skirt tonight and I get home, go upstairs, see my children, and I'm happy. So all of this happened within 10 hours, you guys. 10 hours. Honestly, I can't believe that all of that happened. Like I almost got put in prison over some damn cilantro. And I still don't know who that guy was in the white Suburban and why he was trying to target my parents. We don't know why. They haven't seen him since, so I don't know. But yeah, that's basically my story. If you enjoyed it, I guess. I mean, it's not like a positive, great story, but if you enjoyed it and I entertained you, feel free to subscribe, like this video as well. Most of my stuff for my Christmas giveaway has already came in. I'm waiting for a couple things like the Kylie holiday collection and a couple more things. So when it is out, or when it is here, I will put my giveaway video out. I'm so excited, you guys. Like, Christmas is one of my favorite times of the year. So this is gonna be nice. Once again, feel free to subscribe if I brought you some sort of entertainment, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye!